Just like me, you probably want to make YouTube or any online business as your long-term profit, but most part of advice today is complex. So I decided to break down the MrBeast video 10 years from now, or what valuable insights of his mindsets we can get, copy, and apply to our own journey. So first of all, I want to start with thinking a business long term. He started his channel back in 2012. And from his video, you can see that he was always thinking long term. He spent like 2 to 3 years and only gained like 800 subscribers and had like not many views. But when I was watching his video, when he was talking about his journey, he was like thinking from YouTube 10 years from now, how many subscribers he would get. But he wasn't that delusional, because I think that most part of us today, when we are choosing a business, when we want to execute some online business idea, we want to have, I don't know, we want to be millionaires by next year, by next 6 months. We hear comments and videos telling us motivation about how we can get rich in 6 months, how our life can change in 12 months. Our life can change and it will change, but 12 months is not enough to become a millionaire, trillionaire, and buy everything you want to. It's just like the beginning. And when you look at MrBeast's videos, he was thinking ahead of his time. He was not thinking like, oh, I want to have 1 million subscribers by next year. He was like thinking, oh yeah, what will I have in 10 years? And he was thinking he will probably have success as small thing. And when I think about his perspective, I try to look at my perspective and the perspective of people who are starting now, that we look at things short term, we look at things 6 to 12 months where things will take years. And the problem is we try to figure out what we'll achieve in 5 years instead of putting goals and choosing one long-term business in the span of 5 years. So in the next 5 years, what will you do? What will you achieve? If you want to be, for example, a creator, start a YouTube channel or start doing live stream, just focus on that for like 5 years and see where that will go, 5 to 10 years. So these points leads to the next points where I will give more explanation. That is the second point, that is do it for love. So when it's about love and purpose, everything changes, because what helped MrBeast, as he said in this video, he was able to discover his purpose early. And most part of us, we haven't yet discovered our purpose and what we want to do in life, so we might be lost. But what I would recommend for you, instead of doing it for love, do something that you are interested in. And yeah, sometimes we might get very excited because life's pressure, we will want to seek and search for money as much as we can because we need to survive. But if you're going to start an online business or something that you want to do for long term, you need to make sure that it's something that you're interested in, that thing creates a spark in you. And instead of chasing quick money or anything like that, search for something that you are interested in. That's how you can like think in years, as we can see in MrBeast's video, because he loved YouTube. He loved the game of YouTube. He loved creating videos, all of that stuff. And he still says till today that he loves playing that game and he loves doing YouTube. He loves creating video. It's like his purpose. And most part of us haven't found something like that yet. Or maybe we have found it, but with too much information, with too much stuff today, how can we be sure that that's what we want? Because we are living with so much pressure right now in today that we most part of the time forget what we truly want to do, and we end up focusing on things that the world wants us to do. So focus on something that you are interested at least. And coming back to the first point of thinking in years, if you haven't yet found your purpose or something as close to your purpose, you will have a struggle thinking in years because you will only have a result. But if you can think of something in the span of years and something in the span of 10 years, 5 years without quitting, that would be much better, because that's what people in other industries are doing. Tell me any guru online that you know over the past 5 years, what has he been doing? For example, I'm gonna pick like the most famous one, Andrew Tate. If you pick like Andrew Tate, bro, he has been doing the same thing over 5 years now. Like we are in 2026. Since 2022, we have been seeing Andrew Tate doing the same stuff, motivating people, talking shit, talking random stuff to get like insecure young guys that are figuring out themselves, still figuring out what they are going to follow in life. And make money out of them. This is what he has been doing. And if you think about Mr. Beast, for example, he has been doing the same thing over the past 5 years. So if you're going to think in something to do for your future, like a long-term business, and you want to like copy Mr. Beast's success mindset into your life, think more in span of years without any solid attached results. It's either that thing or not. Because for Mr. Beast, it was like either YouTube or nothing. If you can see at his video, he was like YouTube, 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 YouTube. He was like obsessed over YouTube. And before we go dive deeper into his kind of obsession and how we can like apply that into our lives, let's talk about not having a plan B. I know that today that stuff of not having a plan B sounds cliche. People might tell you to quit college, quit 9 to 5 and all kind of stuff. But in reality, it really depends on your situation. If you are someone who haven't figured it out, if you're someone who doesn't know who truly want to do, then I wouldn't recommend you straight out quit college or your 9 to 5 job. Just keep doing it and keep looking and finding for whatever you want to do. But don't get too attached to your 9 to 5 or your college as your purpose, as your direction, because that's where the problem starts. When you start to see that as comfort instead of pursuing your dreams, instead of pursuing what you truly want, and you start looking at it as a plan B. It is never a plan B. It is just a situation that you are in because you're still grinding yourself to achieve what you want. And once you understand that, like you can like go to the next level. Because if you look at Mr. Beast, for example, he ditched college, but not because like college wasn't like that important. First of all, he was studying in a community college because they couldn't afford a real one. And community college isn't the same thing as a normal college. So he ended up quitting and putting all his effort on YouTube. And his situation of the story is different compared to you. He really knew what he wanted. He really was obsessed into what he wanted. And if you're not at that stage yet, you shouldn't quit at anything because you will likely going to fail. And this is all going to lead us to the first point, that is the most important one, that is obsession. Most part of us, we like to look at online businesses or any kind of stuff like as just a game of confidence, a game of action. And most part of the time, we misconcept obsession over being overproductive or overworking, like working too much. But I don't think that being obsessive is the same thing as working a lot or being too much productive. Obsession is simply you truly want it. Like it's simply a burning desire over yourself that you must feel in order to accomplish something. And if you look at Mr. Beast, he wasn't confident in himself. He wasn't that confident guy. He didn't know that in 10 years he would have that success yet. And he was just obsessed over YouTube, and it was either YouTube or nothing. If it wasn't YouTube for him, he would die. And that's how we should see our games, how we play our games, how we play the stuff that we want to achieve. If we truly want to copy his mindset into like applying to ourselves to achieve the results that we want, it's either that thing or nothing. In 5-10 years, still thinking about the same thing, if it's either that thing or not. That's how goals are achieved. When you have one single focused goal over your life, and if it's either that thing or not or nothing, then you're gonna force the universe, then you're gonna force yourself to either purchase that thing or either achieve nothing. Because the problem is, most part of us think that having too many goals, having too many directions in life is safe, because if one thing fails, we can just do another one. But that just puts our focus off. Like, you can still work your 9 to 5, you can still do your stuff, but you need to remember what you want, what's your goal in your head. Like, it should be clear, and it should be one single path. And to summarize, Mr. Beast just played the best game for him, and that's what we should focus on. And I remember a quote from Andre Tate brother, Tristan Tate, that say that if he put 100 people that are millionaires, billionaires in one room, everyone would have a unique way on how they got rich and how they got results. And when I look at Mr. Beast and at this mindset is, you should be able to play and win at games that you are the best at, that the games that you know it's for you. When I mean game that you know it's for you, is that most part of the time we end up on the internet looking for certified ways of getting rich, of making money online. And once we get the step by step, we try to follow every single step that we see. We are afraid to do our own stuff, to try what we want to put, and we are just following instruction of the internet. I was into that trap, not only me, but a lot of people that I met on X. I met a lot of people that they were creating content, or they were following rules that they didn't want to play, they didn't want to follow. They just were following that because they thought that it was the only way on how they could get success and how they could get rich. And all of us got stuck. So I want to remember you, if you want to play the game for longer, because this is a long-term game, you gotta be able to play the game in a way that benefits you the most, in a way that it's a game for you. It's your unique style of playing the game, or that you are really interested in achieving that and into winning that stuff, because that's the best way to play this game. So if you look at MrBeast, it was YouTube or nothing. And I'm gonna ask you the same. Whatever business you're doing, if you're creating on YouTube, if you're pursuing your career, is it that thing or nothing? And if it's not that thing or nothing, then the reason why you're not having too much progress is that thing. So when we look at MrBeast's trilogy into his mindset that I was able to look at from his video 10 years from now, it's a short video, we can see that it's not easy to copy the same mindset that he had. We just should be able to look at things long term, do things that we are interested in, be obsessive, and ditch any plan B that might distract us. And if that sounds good for you, I would recommend you join my Substack, where I drop content early on, and watch my past video that I talk about using AI to improve my full potential, if that's something that you truly want to.